Hey friends, Sean from Draft Therapy here, and on today's review for you, will this one fly too close to the sun? Spelt Check DDH 09326 is an 8.5% double New England style IPA from Icarus Brewing in Lakewood, New Jersey. Alright, this is another Dave Vanderhoff joint, and in researching this beer, I found out that Icarus not only has a regular Spelt Check, but they also brew this version, which is the 09326 version. It's the same version as that other Spelt Check beer, but this one's double dry hopped with the experimental 09326 hop, which by its description has big juicy notes with tropical, juicy, and floral back notes. That whole package sounds really interesting and really good to me. So without talking any more about something I don't know, let's take a look at the label. We'll get this one into a glass. Fun fact, in Greek mythology, Icarus is the one that flew too close to the sun with wings made of feathers and wax. Kind of melted. Icarus went down. All right, so let's take a look at the label here. This one has a typewriter. It's typing out Spelt Check. This one is double dry hopped with EXP, which is experimental, 09326. It's an Imperial India Pale Ale, or as you and I mere mortals may know it as a double India Pale Ale. It's 8.5% alcohol by volume. And then on the back here it says heavily spelted Northeast Imperial India Pale Ale, copiously, which is got the squiggly line, meaning it was spelled incorrectly, dry hopped with Motueka, Lupulin Mosaic, Galaxy, Columbus, Green Bastard from the Parts Unknown, and double dry hopped with experimental 09326. I'm going to be saying 09326 in my dreams. And on the side here it says store cold, drink fresh, brewed and canned in Lakewood, New Jersey. So let's go ahead and, this one has a date on it. Whoa, here we go. It's February 4th, 2020, and it says, I think it says I'm learning. I think that's what it says on the bottom here. I'm drinking this maybe about 2 months after it was canned, getting towards the verge of the end of the freshness here, but I'm pretty confident this is still going to be pretty fresh. Going to grab a Tiku glass to pour this into. Let's go ahead and crack this open and get a nose on the can. Not a big pop. I'm getting a little bit of like a dankness, but a little bit of a pininess too, which I wasn't expecting, but I'm not getting a whole lot of an aroma out of it. So let's pour it. We'll smell it out of the glass, see if it gets a little bit more of a kick. It's coming out pretty yellow out of the can. I was expecting it to be maybe a little bit thicker, but it collects really nicely, really thick looking in the glass itself. I'm going to slow it down there, maybe pour a little bit of the end here on this side. And it's got about, maybe about a finger and a half worth of head here. It looks, oh, it smells very, ooh, it smells like very tropical now that I'm getting a little bit of the aromas kind of wafting off the top of this glass. Let's pour a little bit more in there. The head is not really big and fluffy. It's dissipating quite a bit. And yeah, but it looks really nice. Let's go ahead and hold it up. Super thick. Like, I mean, I can see the shadow, but I don't see much else. But it has a really nice look to it. It's kind of yellowish, more yellow than orange, but it's borderline orange. Let's put a nose on the glass here. Yeah, getting a lot more a tropical aroma than I was getting out of the can itself. It smells delicious. Gonna dive right in. Cheers. That's got a really tangerine-y flavor to it. It's really high, like really in your face tangerine right up front. I can't taste really any alcohol in it. There is a tiny bit of bitterness in there. But it's like tangerine flavor up front, and that kind of fades, and there's a little, I guess there's a little bit of bitterness there, but it's kind of an orange rindy bitterness, like a zesty, orange zesty bitterness. And right after the initial part of the swallow, as it's going down, there's this little tinge of sweetness that comes through. It's almost like this candy kind of sweetness that comes up. The more I sit and the more I drink it, the more that a little bit of this kind of pineapple flavor comes through on the finish. That candy kind of flavor becomes almost more like this pineapple flavor. Taking really quick drinks, the tangerine kind of part of it doesn't really come through as much. When I quickly drink it, I'm getting more of that tail end, more of that kind of candied kind of pineapple kind of flavor with a little bit of that orange zestiness that comes through. So I think it's, you know, drinking it two different ways, you get two different perspectives on it. Drinking a little bit slower, that tangerine, I mean, it's dead nuts tangerine. I can't confuse it with any other kind of citrus. It tastes like tangerine to me. Like when I first took the drink, it tasted like peeling a cutie and just taking a bite out of it and getting that kind of sweetness, that orange sweetness. But it's like I could pinpoint tangerine on the flavor. And on that tail end, that's where that little bit of that orange zestiness comes through, and that's where that kind of pineapple flavor comes through, that candy kind of sugary flavor comes through. I'm really kind of surprised with all the different hops that they list on here that there wasn't more of a complex just flavor profile that comes through. It does, to me, taste kind of one note up front. It changes a little bit, and then on the finish it has kind of one note again. It's not super complex, it's not super layered like I would expect it to, again, with all these different kind of hops that are listed in here. It would make me believe that I'm going to get this, I'm going to get this, I'm going to get this, I'm going to get this. But it could be that all these different hops are playing in all these different, you know, they're playing in concert with each other, and they're providing you with all this flavor, but it's one kind of specific flavor. And I really enjoy that about this is that it has that kind of specific, you know, take a drink, you can point immediately and say, okay, I know exactly what this tastes like to me. To me, this tastes exactly like a tangerine. There's no other citrus that it can be confused with. And then that finish, you know, you get that other little note that comes through. So it's not totally one note, but it's not like super layered or super complex. And sometimes it's nice to just have a beer that's kind of like, you know what you're getting, and you're not getting all these complex flavors, and you're not sitting there and contemplating it. You know, you can just kind of drink it and enjoy it, and just that's totally one of these beers. I would really be curious to try regular Spelt Check against this. I know that that's asking a lot, considering that this is from a state that's nowhere near me, and you know, I probably won't get my hands on it. But it would be nice to try them side by side, maybe in the future someday. But in the meantime, this is a really good beer on its own. Again, it's not trying to throw you too many curveballs. It's not too layered. It's not too complex. But the flavors that you get there are really nice, and I can see myself drinking this again. All right, friends, that has been Spelt Check 09326 from Icarus Brewing. Have you had this beer before? Have you had the regular one? Do you have a favorite double New England style IPA? Are you still down with the haze, or do you find yourself reaching for something else these days? Let me know in the comments down below. While you're down there, if you like beer, you might want to subscribe and click that bell, because I'm here talking about beer twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's all for free for viewers just like you, and you might miss your newest favorite if you're not subscribed and getting those notifications. So until next time, I'm Sean from Draft Therapy. Thanks for stopping by. Remember, drink craft beer, support your local breweries wherever they are, even if they're in Lakewood, New Jersey, and don't forget to treat yourself to a little draft therapy. Thanks for watching. Cheers.